You were one of the first people to interview Amelda Marcos. How did you manage to pull that off, and what was she like? And did you go into her shoe closet?
I did all of the above. First of all, I went to the Philippines for the film festival, and I went with Rogers and Cowan. And I said, you know, I'm not leaving the Philippines unless I interview Madam Marcos.
There's a girl with some balls.
I mean, you're not going to go all the way to the Philippines and then not come home with an interview, you know. So they said, and it was at a time when they thought that her son-in-law, that she had her son-in-law kidnapped. So she wasn't giving out any interviews, and all the press from all over the world was there. So the first night I was there, the first day I was there, I commandeered the local film crew. And I did all their interviews for them. So what they did is they had a live TV show. So I interviewed, you know, Jeremy Irons and all sorts of different people, and they ran the shows in their news, and then they gave me the footage. So the first night I was there, she came to the American Embassy, and she went all the way around. She was with George Hamilton and his mother. She came up to me, and I was with Jeremy Irons, and she said, "Are you Nikki Haskell?" I said, "Yes." She said, "You come with me." And I was always with her.
I got a pair of shoes for you.
And she took me, so when I went to the second year that I was there, I stayed at Malacanang, which is the palace, and she took me into her closet and showed me her shoes. But the ironic thing is she started the shoe industry in the Philippines. So all these people sent her thousands of pairs of shoes, but she had tons of shoes anyway. I mean, she didn't have as many as they gave her credit for because they were just shoes that people sent her. But I mean, I have no respect for anybody that doesn't have at least 300 pairs of shoes. So she was a girl after my own heart. But the best thing that she used to do, like if we were at a cocktail party and we were going to a dinner afterwards, she would get in her car and I would get in my car, and we would get to the restaurant. She would get in the car in a blue dress and she would get out in a red dress. So she'd change clothes in the car.
What was going on in that car?
She changed clothes. Perfect.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Love
what
that.
was going on in that car that she, you know, had to whip off her clothes?
I like that. I can change clothes in the car. I keep my
believe me,
costume.
I have done it. I've done it in parking garages when
I've done it. Yeah. I've done it behind the chair this big.
I know. There's just sometimes no pride involved. You just have to look
That's
a certain way.
Just take that beaded gown and sock it on you.
I'm with you, girl. I am with you. I've done things like that myself. But what was she like to talk
Fabulous.
to?
She was fabulous.
Wow.
I was crazy about her. She was so chic. She wasn't a lot of laughs, but she was funny. And you know, when I interviewed her, because they actually came they came with security guards and got me and took me over there. They didn't blindfold me or anything. And I knew that I was going to ask her if she had her son-in-law kidnapped, and I knew that I was going to ask her if she didn't like the fact that people compared her to Eva Peron. So I waited till the end of the interview. I asked her where she went to school and what was her favorite color and what was her birth sign and how did she meet the president. And then the next year, the president insisted that I interview him. So I ended up with interviews with both of them.
That's just how you are.
That's just the way it is. Take it or leave it.
Wow. How many people have you interviewed in your career? I mean, so many.
About 3,000. Sometimes I interviewed people I thought they were somebody else. I did that a couple of times.
Don't think I haven't either. Al Pacino for
Robert De Niro.
God help me.
Everybody else.
Only that went out live on the air in a national network, an international network.
I'm sure it happened before.
My producer came lumbering down the hallway, and I thought I was just going to get axed right then and there. What a dumb thing to do. But it was just one of those moments where it happens.
It happens.
And sometimes you interview so many people, and you just sort of mix them up.
I was at the Cannes Film Festival. I ran down the street after Robert De Niro, and he got into this elevator, and I got into the elevator with him. So he had turned his back, and I was facing I had the camera in the elevator, right?
No wonder why he turned away.
So I interviewed his back, actually. But the funniest thing is I went to this party for Quincy Jones, and I said, "Hi, you know, I'm Nikki Haskell." And he said, "Do you still have your television show?" I thought, well, that was pretty cool. My show was on the air 30 years ago.
Wow, that's really cool.
I thought that was cool.
And, you know, Quincy just had his 85th birthday.
Yeah, last night.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Love Quincy.
Anyway, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for tossing in that
Toodaloo.
extra... Say it again.
Toodaloo.